So, do you think it's impossible that you book your first client, double your income in record time? Well, if your answer is no, I want you to think again. I'm going to challenge you today. And in fact, I'm going to prove it to you, okay? In fact, you can do just that. I'm going to show you how in this video, step by step. Now, I do understand that many entrepreneurs, especially newbies, okay, when you're first getting started, you have a lot of challenges, a lot of uncertainties, a lot of self doubt, and you feel a lot of overwhelm because you're new and it takes a lot from you and everything that's required of you to build your business, especially if you're building it on the side while you still have a job, a 9 to 5, and you're in your corporate career. It can be that much more challenging. So just because you're being busy in business, okay, we want to take the busyness out of business and make sure that we're doing things succinctly and where it makes sense. Okay, we got to make it make sense. Now, I know your biggest challenge right now is that you don't have clients, right? And so you're looking for your first big break. How do I find clients? Where are they? What do I need to do to get in front of them and all of that jazz? And those are all the questions that are coming up for you, right? It can be frustrating when you're putting in all of this time, attention, and energy and money into your baby, right? That you're nurturing right now, which is your business, and you're seeing very to little no return on your investment. And you're certainly not seeing any immediate results, and that can really be challenging. Listen, if you don't have clients, that means you don't have cash flow. If we don't have cash flowing in our business, we don't really have a business at all, right? Or we won't have one for long because it's not surviving right now. We want our businesses to not just survive, but to thrive. So we need to make sure that you are doing things in the right order at the right time. And oftentimes that's a big mistake that newbie entrepreneurs make, is that they're doing a lot of things. They're wearing all of the hats, but they're doing the wrong things at the wrong times in the wrong order. They're hiring the wrong people. They just don't do things very succinctly. Okay, so we need to make sure we are doing the things in order that we should be doing, that's actually going to get us the results that we are looking for. So I hope you have a pen and paper or something to write with, type on, or if you don't, pause this video, go grab that really quickly and come back and let's get into these steps. Okay, so the first step is we have to define your niche. And I know you've heard it a million quadrillion zillion times, but what does that tell you, especially if you're hearing it from all of these YouTube gurus and these coaches and consultants in the internet streets here? There must be some truth to that, right? And now you're hearing it from me. Now, listen, I'm going to break this down for you in the very simplest of terms. I'm just going to tell it to you just like it is for the simplest of understanding what this means, okay? Because I do have an actual video where I go deeper in helping you understand what a niche is and why you need one, why it's important to you, and then it breaks down further what that really is. So I'll go ahead and make sure the card is here so you can just when this video is over, you can go and check that video out and dive a little deeper into what a niche really is. But in simplest terms, okay, is that a niche is about what is your solution, what problem are you solving for, and for whom, okay? In order to know that, you have to know who your ideal client avatar is, right? So who are you targeting? And so you've got to get really crystal clear on that, because if you don't define that first, then you're never going to get the clients, right? So it's kind of like this. Think about it in the terms of, and I always like to use the analogy of anything healthcare being the nurse that I am. So always think about doctor-patient relationships or nurse-patient relationships. So think about it. You want to be a specialist, not a generalist, right? Say, for example, you were having a heart condition or some heart issues, right? Palpitations, maybe nothing really serious, but something that could lead to something more serious. It's a chronic issue. You're not sure what's going on. It's kind of intermittent, and you go see your general practitioner. Well, your general practitioner might know some fundamentals, some basic things that they can tell you what to do, right? However, they're more than likely going to refer you to a specialist, which is a cardiologist, right? A heart doctor. Same is true as if you had acne or some other skin condition, eczema, rosacea, and something like that, right? And you go to your general practitioner. Well, your primary care doctor might know a thing or two about, dermatological issues or skin issues, but they're more than likely going to refer you to a dermatologist because they are the ones who specialize in this field. They do this all day, every day. You, in this case, are the specialist. You have to stand in your zone of genius and operate from that place. So you don't want to be appealing to everybody, trying to cater to everyone, because you are not for everyone and everyone is not for you, right? A cardiologist knows that they are dealing with heart patients all day, every day. That is what they specialize in. They went to school for that, and that is what they are focused on. That's what they're the expert in, right? And same is true for a dermatologist or any other type of specialist. And you are that specialist, okay? So put yourself, that's the frame of mind I need you to have to understand that when we're talking about niching down, first know who your ideal clients are, know what problem it is you're solving for, and then to whom you are presenting the solution for the problem that they have. Make sense? So that is step number one, okay? Step number two is that you're going to build an irresistible offer. And what do I mean by that? Because that's a term that's used loosely, and we hear that a lot in this business world, in the online space, right? An irresistible offer. Well, that just really means exactly what it sounds like. It's an offer that the person or the client that you're presenting this to, an offer that they cannot refuse. So when we think about creating offers, I always say, don't create a steep learning curve for yourself. Always go for the lowest hanging fruit, the low entry to barrier, right? So that you don't have so many obstacles you face. Now, you may branch off or do something else entirely different later, but while you're taking time to learn whatever that new thing is, you can do that on the side. But right now, I want you to focus on what you know right now. That is the easiest way to get into the coaching and consulting space, or, as a service provider in the online space. Trust me when I tell you. So I always say this, do what you know, okay? Work with what you have, start where you are and do what you know, okay? Start where you are, work with what you have, do what you know. All right. That's the best place to start. So, what is it that you're doing right now in your corporate career? What transferable skills do you have? What are your soft skills? What are you an expert at right now? What are you passionate about? And what types of clients are you interested in working in? Because we need to attach your passion and your purpose to a profitable problem so that we're making sure that there's a demand in the market for what it is you're wanting to to create as far as this offer is concerned. And then that's what we're going to go for. Okay. And it's going to make it so much easier for you to create the offer once you know who it is you're targeting. Okay. And the solution is always going to be not only go for the low hanging fruit, but we want to do something, excuse me, like a coaching and consulting session, or VIP days are really great, right? Or a very short container where people can get a little taste for what it is you offer before we, and we can also talk about, and all of those, by the way, the sessions might be a lower, more affordable option, right? The coaching sessions. So that can be like a one-on-one, hour long, hour and a half, 2 hour long sessions where you're speaking with or meeting with this individual and your client, right? They get on a call with you. And when I say call, I mean like a Zoom video conferencing. And this is where you're diving deeper and assessing what their problems are and helping them solve this problem very quickly, right? It's like a laser focused session. And then you have the opportunity in that actual session to solve their problem, get them a quick win, and gain trust really quickly. Okay. That's going to keep your clients coming back, right? But then you can also, we'll get into this shortly. I'll actually get into this in the next step, but that's the next step. That's the second step right there. I want you to make sure that you're creating an irresistible offer, and think about not just the quick wins and the low hanging fruit, but what are the testimonials you want to be known for? Okay. What are the testimonials that you want to be known for? Because that's the kind of offer that's going to fall in the category of irresistible. Okay. That's step number two. Now we're going to get into step number three. And I alluded to this shortly ago, but I didn't want to confuse you. So that's why I stopped myself. So leverage your network. Okay. That means friends and colleagues, associates, co-workers. I mean, if the co-workers are someone who is of like mind, right? There's somebody you can trust. There's somebody that offline or outside of the corporate environment that you speak to anyways. Maybe they're like a good friend. If not, I would say don't speak to anybody at your job about your business, okay? You would be surprised. I know sometimes you think you know people and you think you can trust people, but until you realize that you can't, okay? Because they are the first to be somewhat of a whistleblower, right? And they can't wait to go tell everybody about what you're doing, because that's going to usually, it's a conflict of interest when you look at policies in the employee handbook. Be familiar with that, because you don't want to get yourself in trouble. But I digress. Make sure that you're trusting the people that you tell. Family members, friends, real true friends. Like I said, only coworkers you truly can trust. You already have a relationship established outside of the work environment, but perhaps you two just work together and that's just the way it is. Professional contacts, just think about all the people in your network. You got LinkedIn, you got Facebook groups. Who are the people that you can get in touch with? What kind of network can you leverage, right? Who is it that you have access to right now? Start there. Check out, go be a part of professional organizations or associations. Your local chamber of commerce is a great way for you to get involved there. There are a lot of local events, and you can always go to the library. Remember those? And ask your librarian. And they usually have a wealth of resources. They have a lot of knowledge. So I wouldn't sleep on a library, okay? I know that sounds foreign, especially for some of you maybe older millennials who don't really know much about the libraries, but because everything's at your fingertips these days. But us Gen Xers and baby boomers, we know all about it, right? So do yourself that favor and go get free resources from the library as well. Okay. And let people just know what you do. Start talking, and let people know what you do. Okay. Step 4, we're going to need social proof. Why? Because people want to know that we can deliver what we say, right? Can we do the thing that we're promising that we can do? Can we get them the results that we're promising that we can get them? Have we in fact done this ourselves? And if so, where is the social proof, right? Now, oftentimes when you're first getting started, you do not have a lot of testimonies, right? Or testimonials. That's okay, because you've probably worked with somebody in the work environment, maybe a family member or a friend that you've gotten the results for, but you didn't charge them for it. And you don't need to have charged them for it when you were first starting, because you were probably just testing your service or product out. But now that you are ready to put it out in the market, right, this irresistible offer, you want to make sure that you have some sort of testimonials. So you can do a few different things. I always say start with your family members, your friends, your colleagues, your associates, your acquaintances. Start there, okay? Especially if you've done work for them and you've gotten great results. But you can also use yourself as a case study, okay? Because guess what? More than likely, before you are teaching the person how to do the thing that you say you can do, you've already done this yourself, and that is how you know it works. So use yourself as a case study to say, this is what I've done. This is what I was going through. This is where I was. This is where I started. These are the steps that I took. This was the journey I was on. And this is where I am now to get the results that I've gotten for myself that I can get for you. Okay. Don't be afraid to speak that up. Speak yourself up, right? Talk your talk and speak yourself up so people know, yes, I did this for myself first. Then I worked with so and such, and now I can do this for you too. The other thing is you can have a like beta clients, right? So maybe some former clients, that previous people you've worked with before. Don't be afraid to use those people as well, right? If you did this in like a beta format, then that's great. That's still social proof. However, you got to get the proof, girl, get the proof. Okay. So that's number 4. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, how does this double my income? Okay, that's great. You've taken me through these steps, but how does this realistically double my income? Well, now that you've got your first client, right? That client is going to be your word of mouth marketer, because when you get results for them that's out of this world, that's excellent, outstanding, exceptional work that you've done for them, and they are happy with their transformation, you've gotten them a really quick win. Maybe it's not all the ultimate results that they're looking for. That would usually come in a longer container, but it may very well, in fact, be that you've gotten them to the next step, the next milestone, the next level up, right? So whatever that is for them, if they've made it, if they've actually gotten the result for the outcome that they were desiring, then you've done your job, right? And hopefully, if you've done a great job, you will have created another problem for them, which means they're going to continue to work with you, right? And they're gonna want to be upsold into your next program, because they're going to be looking for, wow, if this is value that you offered me in this short period of time, I can't imagine, excuse me, if I work with you longer, what the results in the transformation will look like then. So you always want to be upselling to the next thing because you've created another problem for them, right? And you should have other solutions. And they're going to be telling their friends and their families and their colleagues and associates and everybody else, right? That I have a great, amazing, wonderful coach. This is what she did for me. OMG, you've got to work with her. You got to get on her schedule, and she's going to be able to do the same for you or get you similar results. So that is all of this is going to help double your income. Now, I want to give you a little bonus tip here, and that is if you stuck around this far, I might as well give you a little bonus tip. I always suggest that you start with high ticket. Why? Because this is the fastest way to get out of your current situation, especially if you are working a 9 to 5 still and you are wanting to transition out completely and do your business full time. You have to create an irresistible offer that's going to be not even necessarily a longer container, because a high-end offer can look like a VIP day, and you can have different tiers within that. You can have a premium offer. You can have, a shorter container, right? Like 30 days, 90 days, 6 weeks, 4 months, whatever it may be. Whatever is realistic for you to take the client through the journey and get them the results that you're promising. Okay. So we're not just pulling out just, any old thing as far as the time constraints or the timeline is concerned. We want to make sure that we're actually telling them that this is how long it takes for you to actually get the result. But again, you're going to get them great results and they're going to be telling more people. And that is how you're going to double your income. Plus, you're charging for a premium rate or, a high-end offer. And then that way you can also get out of your job faster while you're building your business, build your business into full time, go into business full time as an entrepreneur, a business owner, and now learn how to evolve into that CEO role, right? And now you are able to start building out your team, and they're going to help you grow your business, and you're going to be able to buy your time back, and you're going to be able to triple by then your income. So those are the 4 steps and the bonus tips that I wanted to offer you. But I also want to invite you to, first of all, encourage you to take these steps seriously and do these things. I'm promising you, if you just do the work, get into radical action, and you go through these steps, you will find that it is going to be so much simpler. And as you can hear, it is in a very, succinct chronological order and what you do first, second, third, fourth in order to make this happen for yourself. Secondly, I want to invite you to book a call with me. I do offer coaching sessions, as I spoke about earlier, as far as what you can actually create as your irresistible offer. And this is where we get on a call, a video conference like Zoom, okay? And we have the conversation where I am able to help you dive deeper into your current situation, whatever your scenario is, and help you get that first client. If we want to talk about, like what your ultimate goals are, we can do that too. And I can tell you other ways in which I can support you on that call as well. Okay, so I have limited spots for half the price right now, something I've never done before, but I wanted to offer some, have some affordable options to offer you. So that's what it is right now. You have 3 options to choose one. You can look in the description below and check those out. And then last, I want to make sure that you watch the next video, okay, that's coming up. If you want to know more about how to attract your ideal clients and become a magnet for these clients, and you don't have to chase clients, clients will be chasing you. All right, so I'm going to tune out while you tune in. Be sure to watch the next video that YouTube recommends, as always. And until next time, I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you. Bye for now.